It's my one life, and I give it everything I got. I am music. I am sports. I am the culture. Here's a quick news break with yours truly. I'm the one and only. I go by the name of Mr. TALIAFERRO. Please make sure you're following your boy. It's on Instagram, and it's at itsmrtaliaferro. Always at itsmrtaliaferro. So Trey Songz, did you know this? Did you know that Trey Songz is my favorite R&B singer of all time? Did you know that? My favorite R&B groups are Dru Hill, New Edition, Boys to Men, but my favorite individual act, all-time R&B singer would be Trey Songz. I like his catalog as much as I like anyone else. Anywho, Trey Songz is in a little bit of trouble that he, at least it's worth him acknowledging it and addressing it online, as his name got brought up in a recent interview. Salute to Adam No Jumper. I am not the biggest fan personally of Adam, but I will say this: he's got an incredible platform, and he had two chicks on his platform. One that you might have heard of, her name is Celina Powell, and Celina Powell brought her friend. Her name is Aliza. We're gonna focus on the friend Aliza here. It is worth noting before we get into this story that Celina Powell has had a few encounters, according to her, with rappers and entertainers in the past, singers as well. And it's also worth noting that Celina Powell has admitted to lying on a public platform. That is it's just worth noting, right? I'm not calling anyone a liar in this situation, but Celina has let it be known that she has publicly went out to lie on someone in the past. That's why I always question bringing somebody like that on the platform, because you know they have a history of lying. I'm not saying everything she says is a lie, but she has lied in the past. Now, we're going to just leave with that and get right into the story since Trey Songz acknowledged it. Celina Powell's friend Aliza claimed she had some very questionable sexual encounters with superstar singer Trey Songz. Aliza said that, one time she had consensual sex with Trey, but after that moment, she claims Trey Songz followed her into the bathroom and urinated on her. Yes, urinated on her. She said he already got mad at me for talking about it, but every chick talk about how he treats them, and he always said the same ish. She said he's like psycho. He took her phone, her purse away for the whole day, held them over the balcony and was like, chick, and I'm not using the B word here. He said, if you try to leave, I'll drop it. All right. So she's saying that he held her phone and her bag hostage. And if that is the case, that would be classified as kidnapping if he would not let her leave, if she was held against her will. That's some very serious stuff being put in the atmosphere by Aliza on this Adam No Jumper podcast. Trey Songz responded to it yesterday. I'll read to you a bit of his response. I brush it off every time, but once you have an allegation, no matter if it's true, it holds weight and validation. It's now happened once, and to some, it will be believable from that moment forward. None of that happened, according to Trey Songz. He went on to post some text messages of a chick that claimed he sexually assaulted her in Miami back in 2018. He said she wants me to pay her for her therapy and the rest of her school because of all the quote-unquote trauma she's been through. He went on to say that this chick is not telling the truth. You will choose to believe what you want. I've been focusing my energy and time on good things. I know the devil wants my soul more now than ever. I'm going to keep my head high and push forward. If you holding me down in these moments, I appreciate that. Now, this is a very serious situation, but I ain't gonna lie, I did get a kick out of this. So Trey actually posted some direct messages between him and Aliza, the chick that's claiming he quote-unquote essentially kidnapped her, held her against her will. And I think he posted these DMs to help clear his name, to show that he's a liar. But all this did to me was show that, yes, these two have definitely had some type of encounters with each other. You can tell there's some type of rapport there. As you see Trey Songz asking her where she's at, telling her to pull up, get an Uber, all that. I did get a little bit of a kick out of the fact that, it looks like Trey wasn't really responding to her much. But then she said she's going to come eat Trey Songz's ass. And that's what got him to say, yo, where you at? Hilarious. Again, not a funny situation. And I'm not judging anybody. but it definitely it's funny looking at the message that got Trey to respond to Aliza was the, yo, I'll eat your ass. Hilarious. I will keep you guys up to date on this story when more details come in. It's definitely developing. It's definitely problematic. And, you know, Trey Songz has been on a very positive wave. He's been very involved with the movement of trying to get justice for some of these cops that have killed unarmed black people. He deserves the benefit of the doubt. I live in a world where I'm trying to make sure you're innocent until you're proven guilty, right? So we're just telling both sides of the story. I'll keep you guys up to date when I get more. Speaking of one of those questionable stories that have happened as of recent, Megan Thee Stallion, who technically has the #1 record in the country right now. She's a feature on Cardi B's new hit record, WAP. Megan can't even celebrate in peace, as she was spotted going into the club over the weekend, and people are like, yo, I thought you got shot. Well, Megan looks like she's trying to get through it, cope the way she wants to cope. She went on her social media to refute any critic who thought she was lying about the shooting. I'm not going to post it, but she did post an image of her foot that clearly shows something happened to it. She claims it was the fact that 2 bullets fragmented off of her foot a couple of times. She said, LOL, what I've learned about the majority of the people on social media is y'all like to hear bad news before good news. A lie spreads quicker than the truth, and y'all be believing this stuff that y'all make up. I got hit at the back of my foot because when I got shot, I was walking away facing the back. Why would I lie about getting shot? Why are y'all so upset that I don't want to be in the bad side? Why y'all so upset that I can walk? I got my stitches out my foot like 2 weeks ago, and I was ready to go celebrate WAP going #1. I usually don't address internet BS, but y'all people are so sick. God was really watching over me, and I'm healing so well. Sorry I'm not as sad and miserable as a lot of y'all, but I'm going to keep being Megan the MF and Stallion. Speaking of that situation that involves, looks like maybe one of Megan's old flings, Tory Lanez. Tory is potentially in a lot of trouble, as TMZ reported the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office is deciding whether to file a felony assault charge against Tory for his involvement in the shooting with Megan Thee Stallion last month. So far, Tory Lanez was arrested and charged with the possession of a concealed weapon, and that is all. Again, if he is charged with that felony assault charge, then obviously you could definitely start to hear the conversation of Tory doing some time behind bars. The LAPD launched their investigation into the incident that left Megan with 2 gunshot wounds to her foot, and she required surgery to remove the bullets and the fragments or whatever. Days after the shooting, Megan discussed what happened on the night in question on Instagram, saying that there was a crime committed against her and done with the intention to physically harm her. I'll obviously keep you guys up to date on this Trey Songz story, and Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez story. Both are developing. That is a quick news break with yours truly. I am the one and only. I go by the name of Mr. TALIAFERRO. I thank you guys so much for the time, love, support. Is what I don't take for granted. Salute. I'm out.